So I'm just going to steal a bit of my commute so that I can make this video that's been thought about throughout the day. And it's kind of an offshoot of this whole YouTube Fame Crazy series I did between me and Preston Hudman at Prestaclaus. And at one point he brought up that I have broken YouTube's terms of service because I decided to say how much YouTube had paid out to me on a monthly basis. And that's against the terms of service. And I do agree that it is, and that I willingly break that rule a lot. And I just wanted to explain why I would do such a thing. It's part of a philosophy of life on my part, in that those that don't want you to know are usually having something to gain from it, and I'm in it for the little guy, the worker, right? When I was in the Army, it was really easy to see how much someone was getting paid because there were pay scales based on someone's rank and time in service. You could tell on a matrix exactly what they were making every month. Then, with little differentiation, like did they have more dependents, or did they live off post versus on post, whatnot. You could narrow it down. And if you wanted to make more money yourself in the Army, there was a clear path to it. More years in service, or go up in rank, and there you go, more money, or go on some tour of duty where you get hazardous duty pay. That's not the way I would do it, but whatever. There was a formula that was easy to follow. If you want to make more money, there it is. Go ahead, climb the ranks. Everyone's pay was just out there for everyone to know, and there was not a lot of jealousy about pay because it was based on your own performance and your own doing. You earned what you wanted to earn, and if you didn't want to earn that, you should be on the path to earn more by bettering yourself. Well, I left the military and I went to go work in corporate America for corporations such as General Electric, and I found that everyone's making a different amount of pay based on what they were able to negotiate for, and sometimes that's not fair, because somebody who was far more qualified than another person can just get given one offer, and then a year or two later you'll hear about this new kid that didn't have near as good of qualifications or as much experience, but came at the right time and is all of a sudden getting a better pay deal or better vacation package in their hiring because they negotiated better, or they were in a better circumstances to negotiate. And so you see this huge discrepancy between what someone is worth and what they've done to actually be worth that much, and so that leaves a bad taste in my mouth sometimes when you see people in the rat race in regular America just able to get ahead without the qualifications, or when they do get the qualifications, they're not able to get ahead just because of timing or ability to negotiate, or just all sorts of external factors, right? Then I went and worked for a union. I was in the electricians union, and in that you see that there's this scale for what union members are paid. Everybody knows what everyone else is getting paid, and then when there's a foreman, you know how much more they're making than anyone else. When there's a general foreman over that, you know how much they're making more than anyone else. It's out there for everyone to know. If you want to be a foreman on a job, it's right there for you if you want to get it, right? There's a clear path to how much money people should make, but there's also when you have a union that goes by scale, it's kind of like a little bubble of socialism within capitalism. You know, they're all getting paid the same, no matter their individual qualifications, but there's very little variation to that. You know, but then outside of that career, outside of the union, you know, there's this bustling capitalism going on. So it was an experience for me, and what I learned from that was, you know, the world outside that bubble is harsh. You know, there's a lot of uncertainty that people don't have. And I now work in that harsh world. I work in a world where what you're worth can sometimes be down to, did you value yourself enough and hold out long enough for a good paying job and just not take the first offer that they gave you? Did you have the balls to be able to do that? You know, did you even push back a little bit? You know, because if not, you're going to get lowballed, right? Now enter the hobby of YouTube. There are people who are YouTube fame crazy who think that they're going to amass a bunch of subscribers, thousands, tens of thousands, whatnot, and that they're going to be able to make a livable wage here on YouTube. And I'm here to tell you that your chances of doing that are about as good as winning something out of the lottery. Look at how many people are attempting to do it, and how many people are actually making more money than they're investing into the hobby. And you'll see that your chances are very slim. Even if you have a lot of talent, you are better off putting your efforts somewhere else. But there's a lot of people who get trapped into this idea that they are going to make it famous, right? It's the old rock and roll dream, only repackaged as the videographer dream. And I just feel like when we're a little bit more open, when enough of us YouTubers say how much we make versus how many subs and views we get, I feel like we're doing the world a service as far as bursting that bubble and really protecting people from making bad career choices, and just letting people know what would be a sensible thing to expect from all of the effort that you're going to put into making your videos. I tell you what, I've spent far more money making my videos than I will probably ever make. And I'm okay with that, because I like doing YouTube for what it is, not just the idea that I'm going to one day be rich and famous doing it. You know, it's a hobby for me. So, you know, I'm okay with breaking that rule. And it's okay for you to disagree with what YouTube has prescribed as what should be the rules. And just think about, you know, what does YouTube have to gain from people not sharing what they make? A lot of people making videos that think that they're going to make it famous.